Good morning. It's what? 6:35 a.m. on Wednesday, May 3rd, 2017. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So I'm definitely at the stage. So apparently my mom, hi mom, if you're watching this, uh, started getting approximately the same symptoms that I did at about the same time that I did. However, it's also true that each of our symptoms are correlated with high pollen counts in our respective areas. So that um, raises the age old question: is it a cold or is it allergies? It should be like a game show, da 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 da. Um, I don't know. I mean, I continue have felt for the last several days that I have sinus congestion and a cough and thick, gross snot, and lying down is just the worst. Except that I want to lie down because I'm exhausted. So who knows? I don't know. I'm kind of getting close to being pretty sure that it's a sinus infection, and I maybe ought to go to the doctor rather than just prolong this. But I don't know. I don't want to be one of those people who is, the reason for overtreatment of antibiotics and all of that. And I don't, except that it makes it hard to, like, I wake up in the morning feeling pretty miserable. So I'm sorry that you guys are all having to take the heavy burden, heavy lifting of my complaints here, because I feel mostly better for most of the day, and it's really only first thing in the morning that I feel as bad as this. Which just means that my first thing in the morning video is going to bear the brunt, so to speak. But, anyway, who knows? So I started my second week of Blue Apron last night. Made a seared salmon and a kale and potato salad. Um, I'm continuing to enjoy the service. I'm a little teensy bit wary just that the time that it takes to prepare. Like, I don't mind the activity, and I definitely enjoy the meal. And I've been satisfied both with the quantity and quality and interestingness of the food. But I think I'm just one of those people who has enough hobbies that I am jealous and resentful of anything that takes up my time, the amount of time it takes to prepare each meal. That said, it's almost certainly something that as I am more in the habit of cooking on the reg, so to speak, um, some of those habits will speed up. You know what I mean? I won't have to be going back and forth with the recipe, and oh wait, oh shoot, I have to find a dish for this. Oh, what do I do? And if I be a bit more efficient, it'll probably take less time. But just the same, I am definitely, I haven't disliked any of the meals so far, with the mild exception of removing the olives from the cod recipe last week, just because I don't especially like olives. But yeah, so I'm happy with the service so far. I dig it. So sorry, I'm just blah. I actually took cold medicine, like nighttime cold medicine, last night before bed. I still think I've got a little bit of the lingering grogginess from that. Um, anyway, see, I'm just complaining about being sick again. I'm sorry, you guys. Um, I also started just a little bit of a video game called Night in the Woods last night, which is an interesting little cartoony adventure game sort of thing on PC, and it might be on other platforms too. But you play as a little cat person who I'm not that far in, but it seems as though she has come home from college suddenly for reasons that she's not prepared to talk about yet. And she's sort of commenting on this tiny little town where she grew up and how things are changed. Some things are changed and some things are the same. And it seems like a very 20-something angst sort of story. But hey, I can appreciate that with animal people. And it's a pretty simple, side scroller type controls, but then the actual gameplay is mostly seems to be just, you know, running around back and forth, getting stuff and talking to people, which is, of course, just means it's story focused, which is a type of game that I dig. And as a palate cleanser from Legend of Zelda before I move on to some other big game, I'm liking it so far, even though I really only played about half an hour of it last night before going to bed early. Anyway, so hopefully I will start feeling better. Boy, my camera's really washed out this morning. I feel like I'm constantly playing with the settings to try to make it look different, but I don't know. I have more lights turned on this morning, I think. Anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.